Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 2 of Civilization 5 on Deity difficulty as Poland. We're not off to a terrible start. We do have some quite aggressive neighbours. We're just trying to get established really. Hopefully everybody will leave us alone until we get to a point where we are strong enough to look after ourselves. We do have to be careful. We do have Rome close by. Well, actually not that close. Rome are fairly far away. We have China and the Shoshone close by. Those are our two closest neighbours. And on top of that, Rome already covers my lands, which is not good, although we do have an embassy. What about the other guys, actually? I haven't actually checked those out. Does China covet my lands? No, China doesn't covet my lands. What about the Shoshone? Can I tell from you? The Shoshone doesn't covet my lands either. So it's only really Rome, and I think Rome just covets anybody's lands. Rome is like, if you have something, Rome wants it. That's basically the way it works with Rome. So hopefully we can wipe this camp out, and then we'll get some influence with a city-state. Yeah, I can tell what you're trying here. Yeah, we'll accept that embassy with Shoshone. That might help things a little bit. Hopefully we can nab this. We should be able to. We get a promotion. Let's go for accuracy. And let's take this camp before China steals it. There we go. That's a mission completed for one of the city-states. We're going to go and have a look up here now towards the northwest. See what we can find. So we are just working at the moment on doing some upgrades. We are trying to get out a settler so we can get our second city built. And then I really need to consider starting to build some military units. We also need to get out a library as well. But maybe getting another archer out isn't going to be a bad idea. We do have archery now. We're going to go this way. Have a look around this side of the Shoshone. 11 turns until we get ourselves a settler. Doesn't look like anyone's settled over here yet. So for the time being, we're okay. We'll accept the embassy with Babylon. They're actually the other side of Rome, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about them too much. Let's have a look and see what we've got up here. It's quite strange, actually. This is a fractal map, but it's starting to look more and more like it might be a Pangaea, or at the very least might be continents, but we shall see. We'll keep going this way. Choose new research. Well, we probably want to... Well, chivalry's quite a way off. Sailing could be useful. Getting fishing boats is certainly going to help us if we can get some of those out. Getting bronze working is also good, though. Removing jungles and finding iron. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll go on to the next turn. So we are making some money. We've got a little bit of happiness. Temple of Artemis built in a land far away. May adopt a policy. That is good. So we'll go for legalism. So we get free culture building in some more of our cities. Our borders have grown. And that actually gives us 2 production. So let's stop working this 2 food, 1 production tile. And go and work that 1 food, 2 production tile. And let's keep scouting with the scout. Because, you know, that's his job. On to the next turn. So this looks like it's going to be the north coast. So we've already met 5 of the other 7 civilizations. So it is quite possible that we are on continents and the other 2 people are on one continent on their own. Or it could be that they're down here. Difficult to tell really. But we'll keep having a look. We'll see what we can find. Warsaw demands crab. Now we have discovered ourselves some barbarian archers. Let's take this camp out while we're here. We might be able to take them out. We have finished work on the salt. That is fantastic. I think what we'll do is... well, we've got a choice, really. We could try and improve the wheat, or we could try and improve the other salt. I think the salt is going to be better for us, and then it gives us one that we can trade away. Then we might want to go and grab the marble for the extra production. So I think we're going to go and move over and work on the salt. So it's not a bad start. It's quite a good little start, if I'm honest. It's just being that one city down at the beginning that makes life difficult for you. Putting my city up here might be quite close to the Shoshone. I don't think it's going to be close enough to upset them. It's that difficult choice between putting it on the hill or having it the other side of the river. I think putting it on the hill will be better. 1, 2, 3, because then we'll be within range of that fish. If we're here, we won't be able to reach that fish. And moving here doesn't take anything away from us that we would have on this tile. So I think being on the hill is probably the better idea. Got to be careful here, of course, because we do have Shoshone Pathfinders. We don't want them running in and killing or stealing the camp from beneath our feet, if we can avoid that. You have arrived. You're going to go ahead and work on that salt mine. And if we can start trading with someone like the Shoshone, maybe it'll help them to stay friendly with us for a while and potentially leave us alone. It is my intention to try and get as many of the AI fighting amongst themselves as possible. That is definitely an important thing to consider when you're playing on this difficulty level. Okay, looks like the camp has spawned some more units, so I'm just going to sort of maneuver myself around the outside edge and hopefully clean this one camp out. I'm hoping these guys head east and go off and bother the city-states and don't bother me too much. Go on, shoot at China. I have noticed... Oh no, there's actually some Pathfinders there. I have noticed that the AI does like to generally... target the player normally. It's what I've noticed from my own experiences. We're going to scoot around there. I would like to try and take this camp out, but I know that there are other people down there and I don't want them to nab it from me, so we're going to wait on that one. It is quite possible that those Pathfinders could actually swoop in and kill the archer in the camp anyway. That archer hasn't tried to attack. We've met Kiev. Kiev actually want that camp cleared. So we may go back and do that, but I'm just waiting for other people to get away from it and leave it alone. Right, we should get our settler now. Unless I've mistimed things. Yep, we can get our settler. Kiev no longer needs help. Does that mean someone's gone and took that camp out? No, they haven't, but we do have some brutes here. So we need to choose our production. We should probably go ahead and build... I would like to get an archer, but let's go and start working on the library. We're not in any immediate danger. And also, we need to go ahead and redo our tile assignments. So we don't need to be working the production tiles. We definitely want to be working both of the salts. We'd like to be working the double wheat. And that is all of our people done. So 11 turns and we will grow at some point. Don't have any more movement with you. We've got our settler. You're going to... oh yeah, because you'd be crossing a river if you went that way. So we're going to escort you with our warrior. And we're going to try and settle our second city up on that hill. Is the plan. AI is advancing quite rapidly, as we would expect them to. AI is suggesting that I go and build a coastal city. Normally I would, but I'd miss out on this salt if I did that, and having salt and this wheat, so I think I'm going to stick with my choice and kind of ignore the AI's recommendation here. Yeah, the Shoshone have cleared that out. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back and continue scouting off to the west then. China is now protecting Kiev. That's fine. Discovered another barbarian encampment, which is nowhere near me, so I don't really care. So let's get ourselves up on this tile. We should be able to pop there without any problems on the next turn. See, we've got a lot of England, Rome, China, everyone's over here. It's unlikely we're going to find any ancient ruins, but we'll continue to look around and see what we can find. Probably still some more city-states. And, you know, 15 gold is 15 gold. We are losing... Well, we're not losing money at the moment. We're breaking completely even. We'll just take a quick shortcut through there. We've found one of England's cities. So, we want to settle our second city. We are going to production focus and start by using the salt, because why would you do anything else? I guess you can sit in Krakow for now. We're actually making money again because we've got first of all, we don't have the settler anymore, so that's 1 unit less to pay maintenance on. And secondly, we now have our warrior garrison, so we're getting the oligarchy bonus for that. So what do we want to build here? Well, I guess we probably want to go and try and get a shrine. It's not looking likely that we'll get a pantheon, but we'll try it anyway. You can just sit there now and defend. And we do want to start trying to get ourselves an archer or 2 out. We probably will want to get ourselves a 3rd city. I'm not too sure where that's going to be. We might want to grab this iron. There's 6 iron there. This is all desert, unfortunately, which makes it a bit of a horrible place to settle a city just to grab iron. We could always come further north here and try and grab something so we could grab the bananas and the gems. We could also grab something here. Beijing's going to grab those gems. If we go any further north here, we're going to be so close to the Shoshone and China, we're definitely going to upset them. I don't know, I'm not really seeing any spot that jumps out at me for a 3rd city at the moment, which is really good. So maybe we'll hold off on that. Let's go ahead and start work on the wheel, because at least then we'll be able to get a road built between our cities. We are going to need that. I see England already has caravans. I can't remember, does Deity AI start with a trade route? They shouldn't do, because they wouldn't start with the... I don't know. I know they start with so many bonuses. I think they start with 2 settlers, 1 worker, 2... It's either 2 scouts and a warrior, or 2 warriors and a scout. So they actually start with a lot of stuff. Let's continue working our way around this way. I don't really expect to find anything now. We might bump into other civilizations. That's a possibility. China wants to buy my salt. I don't have a problem with that. I'm assuming that means that we've just completed the other salt mine then, so... We've got 12 happiness. Now we've got some decent money coming in. Yep, nothing really up here. So we've finished that salt mine. We should probably now go ahead and work on the marble. We can get some production from that tile then. It'll make it more of a useful tile. Of course, we'll also want to go and improve the salt over here in Krakow, which I'll probably do as soon as we've finished the marble, to be honest. Definitely want to try and get that library as quickly as we can. Right, let's get back out of here before we get stuck within England's borders. Pyramids have been built in a land far away. AI spamming wonders, it's nothing unusual. Look at the army that England has already. They've got 4 warriors and a composite bowman that we can see. They may even have more. I definitely need to try and get myself some... Oh no, I don't have masonry yet, derp. In that case, let us go and do this salt mine over here then. Get that city kick started. Completely forgot about that. I always assume that it's mining. It's not, it's masonry. We'll go and get that other salt mine set up. It won't give us any additional happiness, but it will give us another salt we can sell. Now we're going to start working our way south, see what we can find down here. Hopefully England are going to be busy fighting the Shoshone. I might not actually ever need to go to war in this game. As long as you can keep the AI fighting each other and knocking the snot out of each other, you're generally okay. We have completed our library, finally. There's a lot of nice things that I'd like to build, but I think I'm going to start by getting myself an archer. Let's make sure we do have a unit or 2 to protect ourselves. And maybe we want to start trading with China. Get ourselves a caravan. Not too sure if China have anything coastal. Can we actually see what our available trade routes are? What is that going to be under? Let's just click on trade routes. Trade routes available. Yeah, only caravans. We can't reach anywhere via sea at the moment, so... we found ourselves Antwerp. We can't cut through on this turn, and we don't want to upset them by standing in their territory, so let's just do nothing this turn. We'll move out on the next one. We can just cut through here, assuming it's not completely blocked by Rome and China and everybody else that's getting in the way. Yeah, it's quite an army you have there, England. Let's cut through. Still plenty of map that we can discover. I'm assuming the other two AI must be on a different landmass somewhere. 2 turns until Krakow gains in population.
Would you be interested?
Embassy from England, we might as well. Hopefully you're going to stay... We are going to try and stay friendly as long as possible. I know sometimes the best way to deal with stuff is to go on the offensive and just start taking out the people who are a potential threat. However, I find the problem with that is that the other AI start to hate you, and it makes it very, very difficult to get relationships going. I have played games of Civilization 5 where I have had every single one of the AI absolutely in love with me and never had to worry about them attacking me ever. So that's kind of what I'd like to go towards here, if at all possible. Choose research. We've now finished the wheel. Let's go ahead and get masonry so that we can get that quarry set up on the marble. Krakow has now grown. Let's go work on the food and the production. We want to keep the city growing as quickly as possible. On to the next turn. Get out of the way, Rome. You guys are in all the places I want to be. And China, you're just as bad. At least my guys are the only ones that have a scout that's cool enough to have a bow and arrow. Right, what do we want? Do we want growth in the capital, or do we want gold and reduced unhappiness? I think at the moment we'll take the growth. Won't be too long before we get another social policy. We do have barbarians nearby. It's just a ship. We can sink that with ease. And as soon as we get our next tech, we get a free social policy anyway. So I don't think we have to worry too much about gaining social policies. Warsaw is about to grow in size, and it has itself an archer. So let's go ahead and, well, first of all, we'll decide what we want to build next. Let's get ourselves a caravan. I'm always terrible for getting caravans out. Or do we want to get the watermill first? Additional food and production. Not a bad idea. It will pay for itself. Let's get the watermill first, then we'll consider getting a caravan. We'll leave that archer in there. We have grown in population. We need to sort that out. 1 food, 2 production. It's not a terrible tile, to be honest. We could always move into the 2 food and 2 gold. I think I'll stick with the production at the moment, though. The reason for that is we're down to 2 happiness, so there's no point in growing too quickly right now. Doesn't look like there's an awful lot down here. But you never know. You guys can just sort of sit there on the defensive. Still haven't really found a spot that I'd say is a good 3rd city. I guess we could try and get a coastal one down here. That would give us access to iron. Salt again. Although that's salt's within range of this city. But it'd give us sheep, possibly, if we beat China to it. 2 stone... Fish, furs, iron. It might work. Difficult to tell. And we can use the archer to do some damage there as well. Get some free XP. Free XP is the best kind of XP. Can't really get anywhere now. We've met Brazil. And can't actually get anywhere, so we will just wait there for a turn. I think this is the first time I've played a game on a fractal map where it's actually been one big continent. I mean, sure, this is a very narrow strait. That'd be an excellent place to have a city, that would. Let's go and see what we can see. We'll keep heading this way. Looks like everyone's going that way. That archer's going to do nothing because we don't know where that barbarian ship went. We'll accept our embassy. Pedro's not normally aggressive. He's all the way over there. But I've still got a feeling that this is all one big connected landmass. That still means we're 1 AI short. Pedro's actually way out in front at the moment. He has wine that he's willing to trade for salt. Let's actually kill that with the archer, because the archer will get XP and the city won't, so... Go ahead and do that. I'm guessing I don't have that spare salt yet. How many turns? 2 turns. So we'll be able to trade wine with Pedro soon, if we wanted to. No reason why not to. We'll continue to have a look around on this landmass. I'd love to know where the last AI is. There might even be down here in this corner. It's difficult to tell. Nebuchadnezzar has completed the Parthenon. Wow, even Rome doesn't have any wonders. Right, we do have the option for a Pantheon, which is always good. Let's decide what we want to get. So, Desert Folklore is actually available. Now, Desert Folklore can be useful. The problem is, most of the desert tiles are never going to work because they're terrible. Earth Mother would be good. Faith from Copper, Iron and Salt. Yeah, we've got to take that, surely. Fishing boats. See, fishing boats can be good. We are going to have quite a lot of... let's go down and find where our cities are. I mean, how many fishing boats are we likely to have? At least 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly. It's not all that many, but we do have triple salt, and we're probably going to have quadruple salt. Or we could go stone circles. We will have a few quarries. Difficult one. I think, though, especially to get the early bonus from it, because someone else might start pushing their faith on us soon and we might lose our Pantheon, we'll go for Earth Mother. And because we're going to have iron as well. So that'll bump up our faith quite considerably. As for research, let us go into construction. Get composite bowmen as quick as possible. This archer's just going to go back on to alert. We'll go on to the next turn. This will be the final turn before I end the video. Okay, so we have completed the construction of the shrine over here. That is good. We should probably start working on the library, really. We also... Have you guys finished that salt yet? 1 turn. So, there we go. Salt is finished. I should now be able to go... Oh, Pedro doesn't want salt anymore. Nebuchadnezzar does. Salt for ivory. So, let's trade salt for ivory if he's willing. And he is. Fantastic. Doesn't get us any extra gold, but it does give us some extra happiness. Means we can afford to grow a little bit more. Haven't found anything over here, and that is the end of the turn. So I'm going to call it there. I'm, again, relatively happy with how things are going. There's another city-state down here that we need to pop in and get 15 gold from. I'm quite happy with how things are going at the moment. It's a shame I don't have a better spot for a third city. I think I am going to drop it down here in the desert. Yes, desert tiles are pretty crappy, but I want to be able to grab the iron. Also getting the double stone is nice. We'll also have furs. We'll have salt, so we will have some food. 1, 2, 3. We will be within range of that wheat, and we will be within range of the sheep, although it's quite possible Shanghai will get that. But there's also some fish around. 1, 2, 3. That one is slightly out of range, but I think we'll be able to do something with the city. We'll be able to make it work slightly, and we will get a luxury resource. We will get furs, so at least it'll sort of pay for itself in terms of happiness. Even if it doesn't grow all that much, at least it will be doing something for us. It is definitely going to be useful. We want to have a third city. Playing with only 2 is dangerous. We don't have a lot of places we can expand. We could go north a little bit. The only thing we're probably going to grab is these gems, and it'll most likely annoy the Shoshone. We can't really go east because that will annoy China. And at the moment, China and Shoshone are actually protecting me from Rome, because Rome's quite a distance away and those guys are in the middle. So if I can just keep these 2 guys friendly with me and maybe fighting against themselves, we can probably keep Rome at bay. So I'm relatively happy with the start. My current prognosis is I have high hopes. It might only end up being a science victory, and it might be by the skin of my teeth, but I don't feel too intimidated at the moment. I always have a bit of apprehension at the start of a new Civilization 5 game. It always seems quite overwhelming, and especially when you look at the scores and see how far ahead the AI starts because of all the bonuses. You know, they start with 2 cities. Well, they start with 2 settlers. They start with 2 or 3 military units. They start with a worker. They start with a scout, and it always gives them a massive boost in score. So playing catch-up on Deity is quite difficult. But I'm confident that I can at least make a dent, so we'll see what happens over the next few videos. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Civilization 5 on Deity. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, goodbye for now.